Hello everyone. Get ready for a fun quiz about the United Kingdom. From its history to its landmarks, let's see how much you really know. You've got 5 seconds to answer each question. Let's dive in.
What is the supreme law of the UK? Acts of Parliament. Who is the head of state in the UK? The King, King Charles III. Who is the head of the government in the UK? The Prime Minister. What is the highest court in the UK? The Supreme Court. Who has the right to vote in the UK? British citizens aged 18 or older. What are the responsibilities of a British citizen? Obey the law, vote, jury duty, pay taxes. What are 3 rights protected under UK law? Freedom of speech. What is the significance of the Union Jack? Represents the union of the UK nations. Who were the first people to live in the UK? Ancient Britons and Celts. Who are the Welsh? A Celtic nation in the UK, native to Wales. What is the significance of the crown in the UK? Symbolizes the monarchy and state power. Who is the current Prime Minister of the UK?
Sir Keir Starmer.
Who was the first Prime Minister of the UK? Sir Robert Walpole. What is the capital of the UK? London. How many countries make up the United Kingdom?
Four.
England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. What are the official languages of the UK? English, Welsh, and Scots Gaelic in parts. What is the role of the Queen in the UK? Ceremonial duties, head of state. How often do general elections take place in the UK? Every 5 years. Who was Queen Elizabeth I? The Tudor Queen, ruled 1558 to 1603. Who are the 2 main political parties in the UK? Conservative and Labour. What is the significance of Remembrance Day in the UK? Honors military veterans and war heroes. What is the UK's system of government? Constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy. Who is the First Minister of Scotland? John Swinney. Who represents the King in Scotland? The Lord Lieutenant. What is the national police force of the UK called? There is no single national force, regional forces like the Met Police. What is the national anthem of the UK? God Save the King. What is the UK's official motto? Dieu est mon droit, God and my right. What are the symbols of the UK? Union Jack, British Lion, Rose. What is the Magna Carta? A Charter of Liberties signed in 1215. What is the role of the Cabinet in the UK? Advises the Prime Minister and implements government policies. What is the House of Lords? The upper house of Parliament. What are the roles of the Prime Minister and the Parliament? PM leads the government, Parliament makes laws. What are the responsibilities of a Member of Parliament, MP? Represent constituents, debate policies, pass laws. What is the UK's largest city? London. What is the significance of the British lion? Symbol of courage and strength. What is the purpose of the House of Commons? To make laws and represent the public. What is the role of the Speaker of the House of Commons? Presides over debates, maintains order. How does a bill become a law in the UK? Passes through House of Commons, House of Lords, and receives royal assent. What is the population size of the UK? About 67 million, latest estimates. What are the UK's natural resources? Oil, coal, natural gas, fisheries, agriculture. Who was Winston Churchill? British Prime Minister during World War II. What is the significance of the Battle of Hastings? (1066) battle that led to Norman conquest of England. What is the role of the Metropolitan Police? Policing London, public safety, law enforcement. What are the major rivers of the UK? Thames, Severn, Trent. What is the significance of Stonehenge? Prehistoric monument, ancient ceremonial site. What are the UK's main industries? Finance, manufacturing, tourism, technology. How is the UK governed at the local level? By local councils and mayors. What is the significance of the British Empire in history? Once the largest empire, it spread British culture and influence. How does the UK celebrate its national holidays? Public holidays, parades, cultural events. What role did the Romans play in Britain? Brought roads, architecture, and governance. What are the 4 countries of the UK known for? England, history, Scotland, landscapes, Wales, castles, Northern Ireland, heritage. What are the rights of British citizens? Right to vote, freedom of expression, fair trial. How does the UK celebrate the Queen's birthday? Trooping the colour, public celebrations. What is the UK's healthcare system like? National Health Service, NHS. Who is responsible for the UK's finances? The Chancellor of the Exchequer. What is the role of the Supreme Court of the UK? Highest Court, interprets laws. How does the UK participate internationally? Through the UN, NATO trade agreements. What are the UK's climate zones? Temperate, coastal, upland. What does the British Constitution consist of? Unwritten, based on laws, conventions, treaties. What is the significance of the British Museum? Houses vast historical artifacts and art. What are the UK's main exports? Machinery, vehicles, pharmaceuticals, technology. What is the significance of the British Library? National Library, major historical and literary collection. What are the major British rivers? Thames, Severn, Clyde. What is the significance of the Tower of London? Historic castle, former royal residence, and prison. How does the UK address environmental issues? Climate policies, conservation, renewable energy. What role do local councils play in the UK? Manage local services, planning, and community welfare. How does the UK celebrate its cultural diversity? Through festivals, public holidays, and community events. What is the role of the Mayor of London? Governs London, oversees transport, housing, environment. How does the UK support refugees and immigrants? Immigration programs, settlement services, language support. How does the UK support the arts and culture? Public funding, national museums, grants. What are the UK's national parks? Peak District, Lake District, Snowdonia. What is the UK's official currency? British pound, pound. What is the significance of the London Eye? Iconic landmark, observation wheel, tourism. What are the responsibilities of the Mayor of London? Oversees transport, housing, environment in London. How does the UK celebrate Christmas? Traditional meals, decorations, public events. What is the significance of the British Isles? Geographical term including UK, Ireland, and surrounding islands. How does the UK recognize Remembrance Day? Moment of silence, wreath laying, poppies. What role does the National Health Service, NHS, play in the UK? Provides public health care, free at point of use. Who was William Shakespeare? Playwright, poet, one of the greatest writers. How does the UK commemorate its military history? Museums, memorials, Remembrance Day. What is the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC? Public broadcaster, news, TV and radio. What is the role of the Archbishop of Canterbury? Head of the Church of England. How does the UK government handle national security? Armed forces, intelligence services, policing. What are some traditional British foods? Fish and chips, roast dinner, shepherd's pie. What are the roles of the King and the Prime Minister in the UK? The King is head of state, PM is head of government. How does the UK's education system work? Public schools, private schools, universities. What is the role of the Home Secretary? Manages immigration, policing, national security. How do British citizens participate in their democracy? Voting, joining political parties, public service. What is the significance of the Houses of Parliament? Seat of UK government, lawmaking. How does the UK commemorate World War II? Museums, memorials, Victory Day celebrations. How does the UK manage its national heritage? Through Historic England, National Trust. What is the role of the Ministry of Defence? Oversees the British Armed Forces. How do the UK's laws protect individual rights? Through Acts of Parliament and courts. What is the role of the Bank of England? Central bank, regulates monetary policy. What is the significance of Guy Fawkes Night? Commemorates the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. What are the roles of the House of Lords? Reviews legislation, suggests amendments. How does the UK promote its culture abroad? British Council, cultural exchanges, global media. What is the significance of the Royal Navy? Protects British waters, global naval presence. How does the UK recognize the contributions of its citizens? Honor system, awards, public recognition. What is the role of the British Prime Minister? Leads the government, implements policy. How does the UK celebrate its rich literary tradition? Literature festivals, public readings, libraries.
And there you have it, all 100 civics questions for United Kingdom. Thank you for joining us today, you've done brilliantly once more. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and we'll do our best to assist you in finding the answers. We appreciate you watching, you can absolutely do this. Have a fantastic day.